Imagine a nation unplugging itself from its old master. Yesterday, Lithuania did just that. Severing every single power line to Russia's Lithuania has just severed every last power line connecting it to Russia's Kaliningrad region. After 65 years of shared electricity infrastructure, the Baltic nation physically cut the cables yesterday morning. This comes as Lithuania completes its exit from the Soviet-era Bell power grid that tied it to Russia and Belarus. Litgrid CEO Rismasalis confirmed the dismantling. We are fully free of unnecessary infrastructure, reinforcing our energy independence. The operation removes 6 transmission lines, 3 high voltage at 330 kV and 3 at 110 kV. But why would Lithuania destroy infrastructure that worked for over 6 decades? Russia has weaponized energy supplies against Europe for years. When countries opposed Moscow's policies, gas flows mysteriously decreased or power connections suddenly needed maintenance. The 2022 invasion of Ukraine accelerated Lithuania's disconnection plans by 3 years. What started as a 2030 goal became an urgent 2025 deadline. EU Foreign Affairs Chief Kakalas stated the move prevents Russia from using energy as blackmail against Baltic states. The timing matters because Lithuania synchronized with Europe's continental grid on February 8 before cutting Russian connections on February 9. Think about what this means for Kaliningrad. Russia's Baltic exclave now operates as an energy island with 750,000 residents. The region has no power connection to mainland Russia. It must generate all electricity locally or face blackouts when demand spikes. Lithuania planned this exit since 2007 when Baltic states identified energy independence as a strategic priority. A formal roadmap emerged in 2019 with technical preparations including new synchronous condensers and battery storage systems. Energy expert Valdemar Fedorovich called it throwing off the last shackles of Russian control. He reassured consumers would see minimal changes despite the historic shift. The numbers tell the story here. Lithuania imported zero Russian gas since 2022 and stopped all electricity imports months before cutting the physical lines. But this isn't just about Lithuania. Estonia and Latvia synchronized with Europe the same day, ending their Braille participation simultaneously. Kalle Kilk, CEO of Estonia's Elering, compared the move to adopting the euro or joining the EU. The geopolitical weight matches those historic decisions. Lithuania now operates in island mode while completing European integration. This temporary phase brings trade restrictions and could raise electricity prices short-term. The country installed anti-tank barriers along its borders while dismantling power lines. Military security and energy independence moved in parallel. Here's what most reports miss. Lithuania plans similar disconnection from Belarus by mid-2027.
Those power lines get dismantled next with the same systematic approach. Russia loses its final energy leverage over Baltic states through this disconnection. Moscow can't threaten power cuts or manipulate supplies during political disputes. The Baltic states conducted stress tests since April 2023, proving they could operate independently. Lithuania ran its grid solo for 33 hours without Russian connections. This physical disconnection required years of infrastructure investment. New transmission lines to Poland and Sweden replaced Russian connections before any cables were cut. The European Union funded much of this infrastructure through strategic investment programs. Brussels recognized energy independence as essential for Baltic sovereignty. What happens when 3 nations simultaneously exit a shared power system? The BRE grid loses 3 members at once, forcing Belarus and Russia to rebalance loads. Kaliningrad faces the biggest adjustment without Baltic electricity flows. The exclave must manage voltage fluctuations and frequency control independently. Lithuania's grid operator confirmed all dismantling work completed without disrupting consumer service. Hospitals, schools, and businesses experienced zero interruptions during the disconnection. The Soviet Union designed Bell to create dependence among member states. 65 years later, that system finally ends for Baltic nations. This marks the first time former Soviet states completely severed electrical infrastructure from Russia. Ukraine still shares some connections. Despite the ongoing war, Lithuania's energy independence arrives as Europe reduces Russian energy imports across all sectors. Coal, oil, gas, and now electricity connections disappear systematically. The message from Vilnius couldn't be clearer. Russian energy influence over Lithuania has permanently ended.